Folks, welcome back to EarthSky. I'm Dave Adalian. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's take a look at some of the headlines we're reporting this week at earthsky.org. Our top story is ongoing coverage of Tropical Storm Erin, the fifth named storm of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, formed on Monday morning, and is forecast to become not only the season's first hurricane, but its first major hurricane, with winds of 111 miles per hour, that's 178 kilometers, or stronger. As of this morning, Thursday, August 14, the storm is less than 1,000 miles, 1,500 kilometers east of the northern Leeward Islands. Erin currently sustains winds of 50 miles per hour, 85 kilometers, and is moving northward at 17 miles per hour. That's 28 kilometers. EarthSky's resident meteorologist, Rachel Dursang, said the tropical storm has been slow to develop while it occupied a region of the Atlantic Ocean where sea temperatures were just warm enough to spin up a tropical storm, and it was battling dust from the Sahara Desert, that slowed its development. But the influence of the dust is waning as the storm moves eastward. Erin is now over waters with current temperatures in the mid-80s, around 30 degrees Celsius, warm enough to allow tropical systems to develop quickly. The current forecast from the National Hurricane Center calls for Erin to strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane on Friday morning, August 15th. At that point, the hurricane will be more than 500 miles, that's 800 kilometers east of Antigua and Barbuda. Erin is expected to turn northeast, where warm water should help it strengthen into a Category 3 major hurricane by Saturday, somewhere north of Puerto Rico. The high-pressure region that is driving Erin is expected to weaken, leaving forecasts uncertain beyond the weekend as it heads towards the U.S. East Coast. Follow EarthSky and the National Hurricane Center for updates. In the realm of cosmology, EarthSky's Paul Scott Anderson reports that researchers from the Academia Sinica Institute of Astronomy and Astrophysics in Taiwan have created cutting-edge simulations showing the universe before the first stars formed was a turbulent place, filled with clumps of gas moving at supersonic speeds. In the paper, published August 5th, the researchers described simulating a mini halo of mysterious dark matter, a mind-boggling 10 million times more massive than our sun, and using it to track the movements of regular matter in the form of gas trapped in a star-forming cloud. The results, they said, revealed a very chaotic early universe. As the gas fell into the massive dark matter halo, it churned and clumped together. Those clumps, according to the simulation, could have become the first stars to shine after the Big Bang, and the chaos was necessary. The violent storm-like motion, the researchers assert, was crucial in forming the first stars. Interestingly, the results also suggest that the first stars born in the universe were less massive, but more numerous than previously thought. This contradicts earlier star formation models. In that scenario, the first stars were gigantic and solitary and drifted through much smoother and less chaotic gas clouds. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Shireen Gonzaga reports on how female gorillas choose which troop to join as adults. It turns out friendship is usually a deciding factor. Researchers from the University of Zurich sifted through 20 years of gorilla field observations, and results reveal that female gorillas prefer to join groups with females they lived with in the past. This is especially true if they've seen their friends in the past 2 years. And they avoid groups that have males they grew up with. The researchers speculate joining a troop of gorillas with a familiar female might reduce anxiety all around and give the newcomer some social status. It could act like a, quote, recommendation from a friend, they said. Knowing that a friend joined a particular group might also serve as a sort of endorsement for the troop or its dominant male. Meanwhile, avoiding living with males from the troop where they grew up is also a lifelong practice for the gorillas in the study. Female gorillas may change troops repeatedly during their lives, but they always avoid males from their childhood. So it's not just who the female gorillas know, but how they know them that matters. The study shows deep, wide ranging social ties affect the lives of female gorillas, as it does in humans, allowing the formation of new relationships and sustaining the current ones. And it also shows ape troops often interact and share overlapping ranges, meaning these relationships go on well beyond territorial boundaries. In another cosmic report from Paul Anderson's keyboard, an international team of researchers led by the University of St. Andrews in Scotland said giant free floating planets, rogue planets that orbit no star, might in turn be orbited by their own miniature planetary systems. Using data from the James Webb Space Telescope, the group found several large gas giant type planets like Jupiter or Saturn wandering in space around an orbit instead of orbiting a star. What made these different from most rogues is they show evidence of warm dust in their immediate vicinity. The dust shows up as excess emissions around the planets when viewed in infrared light. Intriguingly, this is reminiscent of the disks of dust and gas, protoplanetary disks around young stars. It's in disks like these that planets are born. So the researchers wondered if free floating rogue planets can have similar disks around them. And can they also have planets then? Researchers from the same university previously found hints of such disks around free floating planets. Those results suggested that these disks could last several million years. That would be enough time for planets to begin to form. The newly analyzed Webb data further confirmed the disk's existence. But the discovery has created a bit of controversy. Since these rogue planets, are the bodies that orbit them planets or moons? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Give us a like while you're down there. And do not forget to subscribe. Don't subscribe. To read these stories and a whole lot more, visit us every day at earthsky.org. Tomorrow, we'll be back at our regular time, 17:15 Universal Time. Join us then as Deborah Bird and Astro Bob King talk about seeing the shadows of Saturn's moons as they cross the ringed world. Thanks for being here. It is so much appreciated. We'll see you back next time. I'm Dave Adalian. One Earth, one sky. EarthSky.